Hi guys, my name is Meads. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a mold kit review for Saber Lily. This is made by Kotobukiya. This got me a little interested, especially I've been seeing not figures, but a mold kit similar to this one, like the Pest Sun, where it's like a robot which kills bugs. But it's quite cool. They have other characters on that already. I don't have those yet. But since they're kind of chibi, I'm a big fan of Super Deform. I kind of want to try it out. And I just haven't got a chance to do so. But I had a mishap with Amiyami on my order. It turns out that the Figmas that were supposed to be released last month got pushed back to July. So, well, there's already some in my order that's available, and I just don't want them to just ship those, and it seems like a waste. So I look around and I found this one. They have it in stock, and I pretty much gave it a shot. It's actually quite an interesting mold kit which we'll go over. So that's pretty much it, why I got this, and let's see how Saber Lily turns out. There's quite a spectacle of runners, as you can see here, from the armor, the body, the face over there, sword, polycap, and you do have a decal sheet. Yeah. Alright, so for the figure, or mold kit, it kind of looks like a figure to me. Really reminds me of an android. Let's look first at the sword. This is pre-painted. I didn't paint this at all. This come in 4 pieces. Get the really lovely sword here. Actually, the hilt that comes in 2 pieces, or you get a separate piece to put on the back. And this comes in 2 parts that you just put together. Really great. And there is a peg right there, which just goes on this particular hand. I find it kind of loose sometimes, especially if you're just holding this, but for the most part, it holds it. Now for the mold kit. Really great articulation. You can move the neck, move her face up and down without any problems. You can move the bow and the ponytail. There are separate or different faces that you can use, but they're kind of well, they're from the first Saber, so it's slightly modified. So you have this other face that's kind of, I would say, neither smiling or frowning, somewhere in between. And you're gonna have this for the eyes, and obviously this is for when the face here is open, and it could be used for other kits also. So that may be an indication that it's been a design has been reused. But nonetheless, it's great. So this one is looking on towards her right, and this one on her left. So you get the 3 eyes, and another separate one for just different facial expression. You do have a decal sheet. And just a comparison, these eyes are a little darker, and you also have pretty much this decal sheet is the same as what is already on the kit. I'm not too sure why. I mean, if you want to have a different eyebrow, but I guess just in case you scratch off the eyes or something happens, you have a backup here. Or if you want to make her look like cross-eyed, you can do that too. Articulation, I already went over the head. You have a fairly good articulation for the arm. It's slightly stiff, especially here in the shoulder. Elbow, fairly good. Waist. You have the foot. There's a heel. Another thing I want to point out again, Kotobukiya is still needs to work on the polycap issue. Works. I have the same problem with my D-style kits. It's not as good as Bandai. It's not as pliable, and it doesn't seem to be the right size sometimes. So I have to trim it off, especially for the side skirt. That's using that polycap as well as the foot here. Else it will just too stiff, or it doesn't even fit. So you might have to trim it down with your hobby knife. It does have ball joint, or plastic ball joint, as you can see here. I wish this one's a lot slightly bigger to give more grip. It does fall off if you bump on it or something. But right now it stayed there, but in a certain angle you might pop it off. Right, so what else? Oh yeah, it does have. Actually, why don't we do that? I'm just gonna pop this off. There we go. And it's actually quite nice that she has leggings there. It's actually a strap, a white strap. She does have knee articulation, and this does move back and forth the whole leg here. As you can see, there is a ball joint there. Really great, but that only works out if you don't have the skirt, else it's just gonna be blocking it, or it gets blocked. So there goes a limitation. And let's see, why do we have the sword over here? I already saw one of the hands. There we go. That looks really great. Again, it's really great that they already pre-painted the sword here. And the scabbard. There we go. But yeah, I do need to find a way to fix those polycaps. And for the hands, just want to point out, you have closed fist. Or one of them is closed fist. One second, where's the other one? Alright, so you have closed fist and the one with just a straight hole. I'm not too sure what's that for. Maybe for holding a lance or a sign. But it's great that they have that. Have the open hand right here. You do have another one for holding that, and you have the one for holding the sword. So you have a pair. If you ever want to have her hold the sword, and it's slightly angled. You might even have her dual wield something else. Why don't we give that a shot? And this is from my SDX Night Gundam, and I think you can use the one from the SD Night Gundam mold kit as well. But this one really works out pretty well. Although the one for the shield, I need to work on that. But you might have to open the hand to fit that lance. But this looks pretty amazing. That you're able to use other things to go with her. And speaking of which, we should all try the dual wielding thing. I managed to scrounge up some weapons from my stick bus. Because the problem is, I thought you can easily put any weapon. It needs to be a straight peg, else it won't fit there at all. So I have other Kotobukiya weapon sets that could have fit in, but didn't. So I'm using stick bus. They're revolvers, which worked out pretty well, but therefore it's actually an oversized magnum. But for her scale, it works well, and it kind of makes you wonder now, those Combat Sun or Combat Pest Sun kits. I wonder if those weapons is compatible with her, if they're going with a straight peg as well. If they do, that'll be great. There's kit bashing ideas that someone may come up with. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, there are things that are kind of tricky on this kit, but otherwise it's a great mold kit. I really enjoyed building it, and again, it's right out of the box. I didn't do any painting. It's pre-painted for the sword and the scabbard. It looks pretty great. And Pricing wise, I know someone will ask this. This is roughly about $30–40. And also a question is where to get them. I got mine from Ami. It's overseas. I'm sure you can get it from HLJ also and Hobby Search. But you are looking around $30–40 including shipping. So it's a little pricey, but if you're a big fan of Saber for Fate Stay Night, or just the scale, you know, it's a great mold kit. I really enjoy building this. So there you go. So until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching.